All right, guys, welcome back. We are now in the round of 8 here at the Intel Extreme Masters World Championship Asian and Oceania Qualifier as we find out who is going to advance onto the round of 4. Is it going to be PartinG or is it going to be Trust?
That's right, Trust. Some people out there may not know exactly who he is. He's a CJ Entus Protoss pro gamer. Plays under the watchful eyes of Coach Park. And CJ players always really do well in the Intel Extreme Masters qualifiers, depending on which tournament it is. They seem to always do well. So we'll see how well he's going to do here. But in his history in StarCraft 2, it's not been that strong. I think he played in Code A in 2013, even Code A this season, but lost in the first round, I think it was. Lost, like, came 3rd out of 4th or something like that. So he's decent, but obviously not superstar level. But he's beat a lot of people so far. But now he goes up against PartinG, who's, you know, a legend, per se.
All right, well, let's get into our first game here in this best of 3. As we have spawning up to the northern position here as our red Protoss, it is PartinG. And then down to the south, we have our CJ representative. In the green, it is Trust.
Yeah, he's beat 4 players in a row now in this qualifier, Trust. Decent names, not massive names, but pretty good names. Solar, which you should all know. Dark is another player you should know. Heart and Hurricane. So decent players, but this is a true test. This is Code A versus Code S quality. This is Premier League versus Challenger League quality. And already we have a 10 gate coming out from PartinG, looking to put the aggro on straight away here.
Oh, yeah.
A nice 10 gate. Going to be very aggressive in the early stages, looking to get damage done to push his opponent back on and see if he can get an advantage earlier on.
And that is the big difference up to that top left, guys. Keep an eye on that production tab. As we see, technically, yes, PartinG's production will take a swing forwards. His cybernetics core will be quicker. His gateway, warp gate will be quicker. But it comes at the sacrifice of a little bit of economy. So, can Trust equalize things out?
Sometimes you look at this build from PartinG, and because it was quite used often in Wings of Liberty, like, oh, cool, that's like a 3 gateway rush, right? Well, it can be, because of course the cybernetics core is faster, but it also more so is nowadays is for a really fast Stargate, whether you scout it or not. Even sometimes a fast Twilight Council, it can be just fast tech overall. And you're just looking to say, you know, I don't really care if you scout this or not. It's that fast that you're not going to be able to stop it anyway.
So cybernetics core is 20 seconds faster at this point. An extra pylon goes down at the back that could quite easily hide that Stargate if it were to go down. But Trust, interestingly enough, you know, neither player has sent out a scout here, and I'm more surprised on Trust's end of things than PartinG's. As, of course, it is a little bit of sacrifice of income, but still, I would love to know, if I was in Trust's shoes, what Mr. PartinG was up to. Yeah,
and PartinG's getting out the mothership core really fast here, straight away. As you can see, it's finished before the cybernetics core is even finished for his opponent.
It's really quick. It's very, very quick indeed.
And then a Stalker behind it. Is the Chronobus going to go into the Stalker? Because he can get 2 Stalkers out with this if he Chronobus into that. Doesn't necessarily need to. What is he going to do with this? So the mothership core is going to be able to go out. First of all, it will be able to scout. It shouldn't really be able to do any other damage, but apart from scouting, because the Stalker of his opponent will be out. But there is a Twilight Council coming down for PartinG right behind this.
A Twilight Council here for Trust as well.
Oh, if one player goes DTs and the other blink, this gets really silly. But with PartinG's scouting ability from the mothership core, he may be able to choose DTs himself and get the upper hand here with this mothership core.
Trust pulls back just at the second that mothership core goes into vision range. So,
and he sees a Twilight, so this is really good news. I expect to see DTs from PartinG here. Unless he just wants to go equal with him. But DTs, he could be looking for an instant win.
Mothership core still harassing away, and he's actually just going to sacrifice this for 3 kills.
Yeah.
Is that worth it?
I mean, you think about it, he slowed his opponent down.
Yeah.
And he's still going for an instant win here.
Yeah,
with the Dark Chime. With the faster, you know how you get the 20-second Cybercore faster, you can do a lot of things faster. He's chosen to go for the faster mothership core to scout. And this, if he gets a probe out there, which doesn't get undetected,
but the
mothership core of his opponent, this is a beautiful secondary scout.
Yeah, it really is. Seeing that Dark Shrine, seeing the Twilight Council as well, so he has everything in his power to do exactly the same. Harass a little bit and does get himself 1 probe kill, but he also has the information.
Ooh.
Bye-bye.
Yep. So we should see the Robo back at home for Trust, and 2 Stalkers protecting the ramp. From this, though, PartinG, what does he do? He's got the robotics facility, so maybe he tries to use a warp prism, but most likely just to expand is good here. Yeah. And then try to use maybe at 1 DT with a warp prism or something. Maybe?
I think don't even use DT. I think don't do it at all. Just sit back on your expansion and play out from here. There is a pylon down there.
He might go straight to Immortal, knowing that his opponent is going blink anyway.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Well, I mean, does he know 100% he's going blink? Because he saw the Twilight Council and he added on a robo himself, so maybe he was scared of his opponent going DT. Because he's getting an observer out as well.
He knows that, I mean, it's either DT or blink. And from this position, you can cover both. You can get an observer, then Immortal.
It's nice. It's nice. Covers all the bases. And, well, the Mothership Core for PartinG is going to go back on home as well, as that is the secondary Mothership Core. I mean, well, that probe for PartinG did spot that there was that Nexus going down, so he knows the kind of position his opponent's in, whilst Trust doesn't know 100% about the Nexus, but considering there hasn't been any DTs hit just yet, he can pretty much infer.
Yeah, this game's going to go on. You've passed the earlier stages now. PartinG looked for an easy win, couldn't get it, and now the game continues on. So from these positions, you have to tech. You need to switch up a little bit now. You need to go into what you want to aim towards. And we see the Forge coming in for PartinG. You know, start that +1 attack nice and early, but nothing really from Trust. And both of these players will want to find out exactly what's going on with each other, obviously.
And oftentimes we see PartinG in these qualifiers, not doing too well or whatever, but you know, these previous couple of games have been very, very good by him. Trust's poking on forwards, and the thing is that PartinG said to me just in the chat before, he's like, I want 100k. So he seems pretty confident and focused on getting this position. He really, really wants to go to Katowice. Obviously, he was there last time. He soaked in the atmosphere, and just in general, it was pretty electric. So nice attempt there by Trust.
Yeah, I think he got one of the sentries.
Did he get one of them? Nice.
So.
Yes,
he did.
Sick. Ah, look at this. Another blink in here from Trust, though, onto the high ground. The Immortal, though, for PartinG was already coming back to try and deal with it. But he may... Oh, he's sitting around waiting, thinking that the Immortal would have gone away, but PartinG didn't fall for it. Wow.
1 probe, 2 probes, and out. Do favour, obviously, PartinG's position here. +1 attack on the way. Double gas is already down for him on the natural. It means he can go up towards the Twilight Council soon, or Robotics Bay, depending on which he prefers to use. But we do have Trust moving out. He has a higher Stalker count, warping in more and more, and he's going to try and break down his opponent. But this is going to be, I'd like to say difficult, but we'll see. Maybe the Stalker count is high enough, but there is Photon Overcharge. There's going to be 2 Immortals, 3 Immortals if it's in the right position.
I would love to see somehow Trust actually blink into the main and maybe bait out the Photon Overcharge in the main and then come in with all of this.
Yeah, he could land a Force on the ramp if he's able to do something like that, but I think he's just going for it. But these 2 Immortals need to come down for PartinG.
It doesn't have that much space control, but the sentry's either here
for go for the kill.
This is actually going to work out pretty nicely here for Trust. He's going to get that Nexus and just get straight on out. Fantastic move, recall away, or even just walk home. It doesn't matter.
Wow.
One Dark Templar trying to hold off.
PartinG's 2 Immortals are inside the main base. Didn't see that coming at all. And all of a sudden, PartinG's winning path has just been cut down.
Yeah.
And now he finds himself in a much, much difficult position. It's his opponent now has the gases running on the natural. It's his opponent now who's going to be able to tech up further and, if not win the game outright with the unit count he has.
Nice time warp as well as force field pushes a few of those units away. Good blink control away as well by Trust as the 3 Immortals for either side powering away at one another. But in the end, PartinG is the one that just doesn't have enough to buffer for his Immortals. Really good control under the time warp, but it doesn't matter in the end.
CJ players.
They have a way with the Intellect Street Masters, man. They really do, and they somehow...
There's a DT in here, which is actually helping out. There's no observer. It's in the middle of the map, so it saves and holds on for now.
But he lost so much during that. Like, army supply is 20 to 16. He's going to need more Dark Templars somehow, and the opportunity to not have an observer there, which is just laughable. So
it looks like he's got 2 DTs there.
It's time for the Archons.
Maybe if he sniped his opponent's observer.
Yeah. It's time for the Archons, man. Well, +1 weapons really not making the biggest of differences here when you just don't have the units to do so. And unfortunately for that Immortal there for PartinG, it's actually focusing down on his opponent's Immortals. It needs to be focusing down on the Stalkers, otherwise it's just not shelling out the damage. There we go, GG for game number 1.
Trust takes a map away from PartinG. And I think there's a lot of people here rooting for PartinG to do well.
Yeah.
But he got stomped a little bit there. Didn't see that movement out. I think he could have been okay if he was in position and ready to fight, but No?
I think PartinG was anticipating similar to what I said going into that fight. You know, maybe the blink up into the main, trying to draw him a little bit far apart, but
yeah, definitely.
PartinG's not getting the best of luck there at all.
All right, so next map is on...
Heavy Rain, I think.
Heavy Rain.
I just got the invite, but...
This is a decent blink map again.
Yeah,
it's Heavy Rain. But an interesting start in the early stages there. A little bit unfortunate there for PartinG, but it is Trust that gets now the upper hand. Imagine if Trust is the one that qualifies out of everyone today.
More CJ players.
More CJ players.
The two are right.
More CJ players. An unknown, an underdog entering a $100,000 tournament.
That being said, you say an underdog and an unknown. If you look at the lineup of the top 8 that we have, actually not too many of them are that unknown. You know, we've got Byong, Solkey, PartinG, Sora. I would say the other couple are a little less known.
Yeah. People
like Cure and Rogue. Rogue does all right, though. So, yeah, I think we've got a really good mix of players there. But if we just see Solkey there, then it doesn't really matter.
It could be Solkey. He's looking really good. We saw his games earlier against Protoss and Terran, and he's always had a great versus Zerg, so it could be...
best player in the world, man. Best player in the world.
Yeah?
I like him. He's pretty good.
You're a fan.
I'm a fan. All right, so Heavy Rain is our map here for game number 2 as we jump straight on into Heavy Rain and spawning up to the northern position as our Red Protoss, a player that probably wouldn't want to hear me say that Solkey's the best player in the world. It is PartinG. He has a lot of confidence about himself. And down to the south, we have our Green Protoss. Currently 1 game up in this best of 3. It's Trust.
His Trust.
Trust.
He trusts in himself to do well today.
Seemingly so.
It's a good start versus PartinG. It's going to have to do it again here. And all these games, by the way, are best of 3 until the finals, which are best of 5. The one final, which is best of 5, to determine who comes in. And there's a lot on the line. It's obviously the plane ticket to come, the hotel to stay, the friendship that Katowice will give.
Yes.
And of course the opportunity to play in one of the the biggest tournaments that StarCraft's really seen when it comes to $100,000 winner takes it all. You haven't seen that before.
No. Was it you who last time promised hugs from Kennegat and things when they were coming to, I think it was WCS. Was it you? I think it was you.
I don't know.
I think it was you.
Maybe.
We can't make any of those promises right now because we just don't know who's going to be there. It's crazy.
Gateway scout from a gateway scout in his main base from PartinG here after the gateway, just to see if there is any proxies thrown in. Obviously, does not want to just lose the game outright. And very similar builds from both players here. It looks like though that the gas a little bit later here from Trust.
A lot later. Oh, okay. So it's just going for the double.
A skippy lag. I'm not sure if you're experiencing that too.
Yes, I am.
I don't know what that's about.
Do we have any observers that aren't normally in the game? Just click on there.
Take Gentle Giants barcode.
It was me just then. I just saw my name.
Ah.
Uh-oh. Could be going back to that. Oh well. I looked at your screen and I saw my name. So anyway, Trust is also scouting around for proxies. Might be a little bit late at this point, but who cares? It's not happening. And PartinG is just adding on his cybernetics core. So we also have the cybernetics core being on for Trust as well at the same time. So things lining up quite nicely for both of these players.
What's your favored play style when you play PvP here?
The MC3 Stalker aggression. The 3 gateway. Yeah. Oh god, it's so good. Catches so many people out because it's really difficult to deal with. Very difficult.
Okay. And
then follow it with Stargate. I like Stargate after.
So double gateway coming in here for PartinG. And a probe scout. And if he goes in now and sees that this is 1 gate potential tech, which it seems to be without the 2nd gateway, and he may do what you just said. He may try to put the 3rd gateway down and try to put on the aggression.
Would like to see it here from PartinG.
Yeah,
it would be nice.
He's looking around. He sees all 3 pylons. He just doesn't see the extra gateway, and his opponent hasn't scouted either. So he may try it. He may try it.
That's the advantage of being a caster sometimes. When you do cast all these games all the time, then you go on ladder sometimes, and you get to execute these builds, and you're like, it worked, because it's fun times. Twilight Council actually goes down for PartinG behind this. So Twilight versus Twilight again.
Yeah, neither of them know that, though. I mean,
yeah.
PartinG knows that this is one gate some tech, and is even looking around to see if it's a proxy Twilight Cancel or Stargate or something, and is double scanning, as in bottom left with a probe, top right with a mothership core. And what are we going to see from PartinG? I'd imagine Blink.
Ooh, hey, this probe's going to get caught down the bottom.
That's always a win.
Probe gets caught over on the left-hand side as well there, though. Oh, and, well, PartinG lets it go past. So at least the Stalker could intercept.
Oh, yeah, Stalker turn back.
Yeah.
And 3 gateways down here for PartinG. Blink, I'm sure, will be researched soon. On the other side, Blink already been researched here. But PartinG's starting to feel this out a little bit more than his opponent is, who hasn't really done anything yet. And even, he's got to be careful with his mothership core.
Blink versus Blink is one of the most intense micro battles you can actually have in PvP, so...
And Trust has to throw down a Robo here, which I'm surprised that PartinG hasn't done at all, because definitely could still be DTs from Trust, and obviously can be DTs from PartinG, so... Okay, there's PartinG, okay, never mind.
Yeah, we just throw that down. The mothership core for PartinG sneaking on around the back here.
Doesn't want to sacrifice it. Would love to scout, but doesn't want to sacrifice it.
There's no way he can get in either at all, unless for some reason a probe was like sneaking in at the front, but there's no chance of that happening. PartinG throwing down a pylon as well, being very aggressive, and Chrono boosting out that Blink furiously here, so... Mothership core has to stay alive.
It's going to swing around back to the Stalkers.
Yep.
Oh, and this probe building a pylon inside the main base is going to see these Stalkers.
Did he see it?
Yep. So
Nice.
defensive Blink versus aggressive Blink here. Defender's advantage always going to be better on the high grounds. And PartinG backs off. And usually what happens next is expansions.
Yeah.
Because they've kind of just bounced off each other. They've both gone for identical builds here.
Yeah, and PartinG, you know, just warps in a sentry to play that more defensive mindset. Also, if he doesn't need to throw down the force field, he can use that hallucination later on to spot exactly what his opponent's going to be up to, get confirmation of his nexus, have a little bit of a look around, see what tech's going on, see if there's a forge timing, if he wants to add on his forge. But in game number 1, he had his forge earlier anyway, so maybe we'll see that again here from PartinG.
Yeah, nobody cutting corners in the early game. Everybody, or both players, doing exactly the same. They've kind of figured out that's exactly what's going on. And therefore, the game is going to move on to another stage. Blink, obviously, as we saw in the last game, does offer aggressive timings in the middle, which we saw come out from Trust just now. If you continue to build the Stalkers.
And
which is happening, actually. 2 more Stalkers just came in. No Immortal. Another Pylon. But there's no pylon or anything on the other sides.
I'm so surprised PartinG never got an Observer, actually. With the timing of the Observer coming in here for Trust, he could have, well, I mean, he could have one queued up, I'm not sure in this overlay, but if he does, there we go. So he could actually catch this Observer out from Trust, which would be nice. It would be a nice pickup for him. I think he knows it's there. He was moving his Stalkers around for a second, but look how aggressive Trust Stalkers are being.
Yeah. But there is an Immortal. 2 more Stalkers coming in. This is a total of 13-7.
Yeah, the Hallucinated Phoenix also saw those Stalkers reinforcing across the map, so he has to know that something's going on here.
And if he can pick off the Observer, his opponent...
Does he get it? Does he get it?
Oh! Great counter blink from Trust.
Backslap. Oh!
Nice, 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 nice.
Very well done. And now that gives him full opportunity
to do this, because PartinG doesn't know if he's going to get forceful on the ramp, if he's going to get attacked. So, great move from Trust. Great move.
Really, really good play from him in this series. PartinG's 100k hopes might be dwindling here if he's not careful. Has to control this a little better. Another gas started, but actually, you know, denying the scout's pretty good.
Oh, he's going to... No, he's not.
No.
I thought you might go for it. Yeah, that's already a win. Picking off the Assimilator is already a massive win.
Limiting that gas income's very nice in this Stalker versus Stalker war, especially if you're adding on Immortals back at home.
The Assimilator is turned off for like a minute, so that's like 100 gas difference that Trust just has been given. 100 gas bonus there. You can also blink it again. Oh, okay. No. He was thinking about it, but he's seen the army again.
This Observer really needs to come out for PartinG.
Yeah, he needs to get rid of that opponent's Observer.
Well, it does come out. How much attention is Trust paying is the question. Ooh, well, both Observers just saw one another there as Trust moves forwards towards this natural and looks to do a little bit of damage, and then it will blink out probably and just, well, loses a Stalker for that. So, not the most amazing of trades.
All right, so this is probably the point where Forges will come down, I'd imagine. Ooh, nice chase by PartinG.
Ah, okay. I was like, you better blink that right over those rocks, my friend. But, yeah, he does. So, unit counts, 13 Stalkers to 11 very, very even in the unit counts, but Trust is ahead in terms of workers.
Well, there's PartinG's Forge.
Hey.
Where is Trust's?
This hallucination.
Right
yeah.
now.
This hallucinated Phoenix says nowhere to be seen.
Is he going to try and go for an attack? He's warping him, or he may be going for a similar attack here like he did in the last one. Watching a lot closer than previously. Yeah, I think he's going to do it.
Wow.
Same again. He's moving out. He's got a pylon on the right-hand side. If he can maybe draw PartinG into the main base again and do the same.
It's
more
exactly
gateways.
the same attack.
Yeah, well, this is more powerful. This is more gateways. A stronger economy.
That's true.
This is a big attack. PartinG, if he wants to go to IEM Katowice, the Interstream Masters World Championship, then he needs to hold off versus this. This is a big attack coming out. Double time warps available from the Mothership Core. He's got maxed out energy. PartinG's got to be careful. He's adding on one extra gateway.
Oh, those Immortals get caught completely out of position, though, there for Trust. Really nice use of force fields. PartinG didn't have many, but he made them very effective.
Well, that makes things a little bit easier.
Yes, it does.
Bringing down one of the Immortals and then bringing the other almost empty. And time warp's gone as well.
No, it was 3 against 3, and he got 2 of them during that. So, that was nice. A brilliant engagement. He did kind of overstep the mark there for just a second, but that has been so shut down. Trust got in a really bad spot, and now his +1 weapons is way too late. Of course, though, he's getting charged. I do like charge.
The timing has been gone. It's gone.
Yeah.
It's gone with the wind, and charge has started, which means we're going to see a switch up now, which means the Forge can come in and upgrades and start to kick in. So, if you look at the difference between both of them, now PartinG with that great catch is now in the lead. He has +1 attack, he's got a Tempo Archives faster, he can take a third base soon, or be a little bit aggressive himself, but I think a third base is better in this position. His opponent still has a lot of units.
I don't like where PartinG's moving with his army.
It's very dangerous.
Very dangerous, because he gets caught, like there's rocks blocking his path, like properly out of this. So he has to be really, really careful about where he goes here. That army for Trust is so strong. Yeah,
and PartinG will see his army. The army can't be broken here, so he'll just want to increase his economy, surely, and take a third base here.
Force fields will let him leave. As he sends that hallucinated Phoenix forward, sees what's going on.
Nice blink.
Whoa. All right, well, gets himself a pylon, the second one. And then probably has to get out from here. No way he can stick around. No way. Poor little Stalker.
Yeah. Take your third, PartinG. Don't try to fight.
Yeah.
You're winning. You don't need to throw this away. Take your third, please. Likewise, we'll see Trust do that very soon. He's so far behind in upgrades, and this just generally sets up PartinG to be in a stronger position. Though Immortals should never ever stop being made. Really, Immortals are so good. Colossus, they're so good versus Archons.
Do you think the thing is that no wait, we have charge on the way for PartinG as well. But Trust, if he warped in just Zealots from this point on, I actually think he could probably crush through PartinG.
It's going to be hard. What's the army supply? 65 to 89. 6 Immortals for PartinG. 5, 17 to... I guess there is an opportunity.
Just Zealots, right?
I guess there is an opportunity here.
I think he might go.
PartinG can always cancel his third and fall back, and then just keep his advantage and then take another base soon. He doesn't have to take a third right now.
Well,
he's just got to be careful not to get caught out here. Yeah, Trust 2 attack is going to help out a lot, obviously, for PartinG. But Trust, he's continuing on Warp Prisms with it. He's going to keep fighting. +1 attack is going to equalize the upgrade soon. PartinG is sending out a Warp Prism. He's in better defensive position as well as another thing to keep in consideration. 4 Archons going to tank a lot. The Warp Prism actually comes back.
And he warped in a lot of Zealots himself after getting his charge up, so that's really good from PartinG to add that on.
I think he should be okay here. He's got the Nexus up, which means Photon Overcharge can be used. He should be fine to hold off against this.
Yeah, I think if Trust had gone a little bit before, then maybe he could have done something, but now it's just, I mean, with the armies being how they are, it's not.
And +2 is about to complete as well. Nice blink. Not blink, sorry. Nice Warp Prism and blink.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah,
but now the army in the low ground, PartinG can just go for it.
Oh, it's very, very trapped here. A lot of the Zealots at the back, though, there for PartinG, not really doing a whole lot. The Concave is in Trust's favor. This could go a little bit sketchy, especially since he has Stalkers on the high ground as well. But the Immortals for PartinG trying to power on through. Will they get enough done is the big question, as those Stalkers still doing quite a bit of damage from that high ground. It looks like PartinG, with extra Zealot Warpins from that Warp Prism, will hold this off.
Yeah, he will hold this off and has a big advantage. 3 bases versus 2. These Stalkers shouldn't really be able to get much else done. He should be waiting for them to blink down, actually. I'm not sure why he's going left with his main army.
Yeah, he's going to sandwich them between these two Immortals. Oh, that Warp Prism, though. So he tried to blink on top of it, but those get absolutely obliterated.
Yeah, he picks off a Warp Prism and also the Immortal. Gets away with 2 Stalkers. But now it's +2 versus +1. Economy in favor of PartinG because there's no third Nexus. And PartinG is going to take this opportunity to fight himself with all these pylons down.
Trust delaying that third base. He missed his timing with that charge.
And if he sits back and takes a third,
really
obviously that's 400 minerals. It isn't 4 Zealots, which are going to be needed against what's coming.
And now he sees the third and he's like, ha 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 ha, time to break that.
Yeah,
bye-bye. Oh dear. Well, that was a little bit sad there for Trust.
+2 versus +1, pretty big here.
There's Immortals dishing out quite a bit from the back as well. As long as PartinG has enough Zealots to be able to deal with his opponents, then he should be completely fine during all of this engagement. Power's on through, Zealots coming in from the back as well. Yeah, Trust's going to have a bit of a sandwich on his hands.
Yeah, good game, GG.
GG.
Nice game from both sides, a good PvP there in this second one.
I tweeted out recently that I liked playing PvP a lot more now, and I really do, because for some reason all I ever hit on ladder at the moment is PvP. So, but it's got beyond that point of volatility for me now with like Mothership Core and that 3-gate opener and aggression and stuff. So, I really like the matchup at the moment.
Yeah, it's good. It's fun.
Yeah.
I'm sure this next one's going to be pretty good too, especially when players like PartinG are playing in it. I'm just going to have a quick look at the bracket actually to kind of have an update on how things are going.
Is there any updates?
So yeah, there are. Soulkey beat Effort and then beat Byung and is in the semis, waiting for the winner of PartinG or Trust.
Ooh.
Could have a PartinG Soulkey semi-finals to find out the first player for the final. And then below, Rogue and Sora. Sora beat Cure. R.I.P. Terrans.
Terrantiers.
I think, well, unless, I mean, I guess Pult is the hope in his North American qualifier. So it is Soulkey versus PartinG or Trust, ZVP. And then we have Sora as EVP again down here, Savage versus Sora.
Dude, it's so sad that only one of these players advances on. Looking at this bracket and looking how it's all unfolded, it's so sad that only one player advances on, but that's what we like. We like brutal and it's great. So
yeah, so I'm pretty sure the Sora and Savage game is going to happen now, which will have one finalist, and then we'll have this game, the next one, the third map, and then we'll go straight into PartinG versus Trust versus Soulkey, and then into the finals.
Awesome. All right, so GoGo has been called for Habitation Station for game number 3. PartinG's won, well, both of these players are one game away from facing off against Soulkey. So once you get over this hurdle, you've got another big hurdle to get over.
So Habitation Station is the next map between these two players. This is, well, it will be a good one.
So we have 5 players remaining, basically. Soulkey, these two.
Out of like 150 or so.
Yeah, and then Rogue and Sora. So one of those 5 will be going to Katowice, and to be fair, you know, going in, they might be one of the favorites, but considering, I was about to say that, I was like, oh, the Korean qualifiers, normally the person who wins this is a favorite, but then I'm thinking, wait a minute, all the other champions of Intel Extreme Masters are also there. You got MC, you got Hero in there, so
yeah,
pretty
Oz cool. And Revival.
Yeah, the 2 lost EG players.
Oz and Revival. Do you know whose Revival is actually going to win IEM Katowice?
You think so?
Revival is like, going to do it.
That's all he's doing.
Yeah. He's been practicing. He's going to do it. Revival's got it. To note as well, Naniwa still is the only non-Korean going to play in the World Championship Finals so far, with his 2nd place at Intel Extreme Masters New York.
Dude, that'd be so funny if Oz or Revival, after being dropped by EG, just come along and they're like, sup, yo, 100K, whoa. It's like, that's it. Okay, guys, bye. That would be pretty impressive, but I don't know. It's going to be stacked. It's going to be good. We've got so many spots to actually fill still.
I think we might have to remake this game. PartinG's gone, but he's also the host.
PartinG is indeed offline. Yeah, it'll refresh in a second. That is offline. So, but again, not dropping any names from our open bracket at Cologne, but from what I've seen, it's pretty impressive. So whoever qualifies as well from Cologne through to it, as we have 2 spots open there, it's gonna it's going to be such a good lineup of the top 16 players for Katowice. It really is. He's back. Are you in?
Yes.
Oh, you are. Okay. Sorry, drop. Go, go, go.
All right, we're ready. So, third map between PartinG and Trust. CJ against beep, bop, beep, bop, beep.
Beep. Oh, damn it. Wait, no. Yeah, that's true. Damn it. All right, okay. All right, so Habitation Station is our map for our next one. Who do you think's going to take it, man?
I'm feeling PartinG. I think he got a little bit surprised in game number 1. And I'm feeling confident after his game number 2 that he can win this one and face off against Sulky.
Looked good.
It did look good. I think he's going to win this one.
There were knock-on effects from that first game, though. Like, getting that sentry at the start was a big deal. Because having more force fields to force field your opponent out of a natural is really nice against something like that, if it's going to come along. Yeah. I don't know why I'm leaning so far forwards. I'm a bit strange. But anyway, guys, let's get into game number 3.
Here we are.
I was really tempted to do it, but I'm not going to do it.
Beep, beep, boop, beep.
I was... I tried... the first time I tried, I failed, so I was like, nah. PartinG fighting! Okay, so he's spawning up to the top left. As our red Protoss. And up to the top right, we have Mr. CJ enters Trust. Okay, cool story. Possible. Where's Todd when you need him?
I don't know.
Oh well. He'll be hassling me for replays after this, I guarantee. Like after every turn.
Are they always made public, are they, for the replays after this?
I think it's more for like stuff like casting purposes or whatever and things like that. Like, you know, whenever we do previous ones. So. But whatever. Anyway. Throws down the gateway. GG, done. We're at, no, okay, both players at the same time, never mind. Okay, actually, I wonder if the replays are public on the bracket, because normally you can click on the versus thing, and then depending on whether or not the players have been asked to upload them as verification.
Yeah, but they're not there.
No, they're not there, never mind. Sometimes we ask for that, but sometimes not, so. It's a bit difficult with the Koreans as well, because the Koreans don't give a damn, they just do whatever they want, man. Alright, so double gas, and pylons, plenty of pylons. Alright. So, after this, obviously, during the weekend, we do have the NA qualifiers as well as European ones. Again, important to mention that they are not region locked. I wonder if all the Koreans know that they are not region locked. I assume so.
Yeah, I'd imagine so.
If they've read it all properly.
Yeah, I'm sure they've been told.
Yeah.
And once one person knows, the rest will know as well.
Yeah.
Trust has gone for both gases with all 3 in immediately. So obviously the highest amount of gas you can bring in, which could be a 1-gate expansion with the Mothership Core and Sentry being built at the same time here with Warpgate Research. Because as it finishes, he has 250 energy, which 250 gas, which is all 3.
Yep.
Could be straight to tech here. Could be Stalker. Oh, actually, look, it looks like it will be all 3.
Yep, Sentries.
But even though 1 Sentry is being used here, it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be an expansion build. It could be for a reactionary build. So he could throw down the Twilight Council and then scout with the hallucinated Phoenix, which you'll get from the Sentry pretty fast here. But by the looks of it, it seems to be a expansion build. A Stalker there to protect in case there is an Oracle play. And he doesn't know exactly what's going on. He just knows his opponent's got 1-gate something. And it is Stargate. Stalker is able to push back the Mothership Core as well, remember? But there is a Zealot and Stalker out, which would force a force fields.
Yes, it would.
And then the Stalker is going to have to come for the Mothership Core at the back. So nice little move here from PartinG, and he's going to find out exactly what his opponent's doing really, really fast here, I think. Yeah,
time and time again, we see this Zealot Stalker Mothership Core poke out here, and
there's been no force field, which means the units come in, and that's Chronobuster's Stalker is going to be important here. And still, PartinG doesn't exactly know what this is. Is it hidden tech?
Yeah.
PartinG must be confused at this point.
He didn't see the probe at the natural.
Didn't see the Nexus, well hidden.
And he had to get out of there because there was just too much firepower without his Mothership Core.
He's got the Oracle being built here, but he's looking around. He's been tricked.
Uh-oh.
he doesn't know what this is. He's completely oblivious. He saw one gate and that was it. Didn't see anything. But knew double gas is there. Knew a sentry been built, but still can be one gate tech. And with the Oracle coming in, which is going to be spotted by the Hallucinated Phoenix.
Seems so.
Great opening here from Trust. PartinG's going to throw down his expansion anyway. And a Robo immediately because he's not sure what's going on. The Oracle shouldn't get any damage done at all. There's, first of all, Photon Overcharge. Second of all, 2 Stalkers in the main base.
Yeah, really, really well defended. Really well set up here is Trust. And that Mothership Core, as you said, is just patrolling between those 2 locations. So anywhere the aggression would hit, he should be fine and dandy. As that Oracle will now fly on in. The Oracle is going to probably give him the opportunity to see the Twilight Council, but even that, no, gets pushed away.
Didn't see it. And now with the extra gateways coming in, I think he can piece together this is an expansion build. The gateway timings means there must have been something before this, but it's not something which would have threatened him, which would have been robotic facility, which isn't usual, and so he knows it's the one gate nexus. So he knows exactly what's going on now.
Ooh, catches a few of those probes actually transferring forwards there, so 5 in total.
Winner, chicken dinner.
Yeah,
He's
man.
at 29 probes to 23. He's ahead in the economy because of that Oracle.
It was better than getting none. Let's say that.
But Blink is coming in and an extra gateway. 4 gateways Blink. Similar strategy-ish from Trust. Seems like he's going to be rather aggressive soon. Going to move out. Going to try and hit PartinG on the natural. He does have that sentry still, so... Or does he? Yes, he does. So he still could be forced on the ramp. He's moving out the probe. He's going to be aggressive, but PartinG has to know what's going on. He doesn't know about the Twilight Council. He knows that this is one gate and then into... most likely Robo, could be still Stargate, could be anything actually.
PartinG's going to have to control really carefully.
Careful here.
This is going to be difficult actually for PartinG.
4 sentries too. Oracle coming in for more info. 5 Stalkers.
All the info he gets.
It's a lot of Stalkers.
Yeah.
But, you know, PartinG's got the same. So it's still hard to read into.
Hallucinate Phoenix is actually heading up to that top right.
He needs to find out. That's why he needs to know what the hell's going on. Is it a Robo? Is it Twilight? Is it... What is this?
This is a lot for Trust. That one Immortal is so important for PartinG to keep alive during all of this, but also importantly focus down on those Stalkers.
He's going to get in. He's going to see this. He's going to see the Twilight Council, so he's going to know this is most likely Blink. He's seen the 4 gateways now. All you need to do as PartinG is sit on your ramp.
Force field. Force field.
Well, he's got Blink, remember, too, so...
Well, anyway, to try and kind of stop them from actually getting up here is really important.
Okay, there it is. He's got Photon Overcharge going on, and he needs that Immortal, and he needs another one.
The thing is he can't let those sentries get up, because if they get good force fields off, then it might cause a lot of problems, especially as they do now push up through there. The probes can't even come off the line, and Trust is isolated so much of his opponent's army. He's focusing down the Nexus. If he gets this with another great force field, he shouldn't have let those force field sentries get up there, because when they do, these kinds of things happen. He's
getting... Second Immortal.
This is going to be so darn close. Those 2 Immortals staying alive might be able to hold on here.
Yeah, PartinG seems like he is going to hold, but there's going to be more reinforcements coming in.
Micro back as best he can do. That one Immortal does fall, but to the firepower of so much for reinforcing there for PartinG.
And now a second Photon Overcharge can be used.
All right, so calm before the storm once again as PartinG tries to hold on. The Photon Overcharge is still there, still holding on strong. That one Immortal at the back. Look how much PartinG is babysitting that with his control. His second Immortal pops. This is a brilliant, brilliant hold here for PartinG.
Yeah, and he just needs to keep on defending, keep on defending. 4 Zealots, though. Remember, this is winner moves on to play Soulkey, loser eliminated in the round of 8 after 150 players eliminated in the top 8.
Nice addition here by Trust to throw in a few Zealots with this, but as you can see, PartinG focusing those down with the Photon Overcharge means that he can get to those squishy Stalkers at the back. Those 2 Immortals have more than enough firepower to push this away, and Trust behind this isn't really transitioning on.
No, he's starting to build probes again, so he's going to look to get out of this, so he doesn't have to just throw all his eggs in this this attack.
All right, so the Mothership Core also providing a lot of vision.
3rd Immortal, and this is over.
Yeah, there's just no way you can actually break that now. He has to get tricky with these Stalkers, try and blink into the main, but even that is treacherous because of...
Yeah, +1 attack cannon. He's just fortifying his stance here. He's got an Observer out there as well, so he sees if any more units are coming in, which there aren't. Another Robo being built from Trust. He knows that PartinG held on like a boss. Like a boss. And now he's able to go into all gas as PartinG is. So Katowice into the Nexus, get that probe count up, get that +1 attack, keep building Immortals, but he, good gosh, has a big Immortal advantage. 3, if not 4 soon.
Yeah. Now all Trust has to do from this point on is keep those Stalkers present on the map, keep threatening with them, make sure that, you know, his opponent can't really leave his base too easily. But at the same time, he's going back home. he needs to, because I don't think in a straight up engagement he ever wins this at this point.
No.
So sitting back with your Stalkers and just chilling out. If PartinG wanted to go with a heightened immortal count,
going to be very good against just this composition that PartinG has.
Yeah, on the ramp, you're alright on Habitation Station, you're right.
He's got Photon Overcharge too, so he wouldn't be broken. But I'd expect from PartinG, with his advantage, because he cannot break his opponent, take a third.
Yeah.
You can't really break him. You know you're at an advantage. You know he can't fight you, so you can just go ahead and take a third here. Unless he gets the Templar Archives fast and tries to break the ramp that way, but it's easy just to take a third.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I'm always a big fan of going Colossus anyway, so I would have done Colossus by now. But PartinG adds on 3 extra gateways, making sure he is all good and safe.
I mean, especially with the backbone the Immortals provide you with for going Colossi, it's such a strong position.
And
if he can point good time warps.
Full scout too with the Observer, so he's everything.
Did he get everything?
So he's all the gateways been added on, and PartinG adds his own, obviously, and is just going to expand, which is the perfect response. But are we seeing Trust take a gold base? There's a probe there.
Yeah.
Crazy little man.
I guess he's gonna. The thing is that if he takes a gold base, and for some reason, I mean, the Stalkers at this point now are kind of keeping Trust back. If for some reason PartinG decided to walk in between the natural and main, it's really difficult to actually hold on to that gold base. And he sees it. He sees it with the Observer instantly as it adds.
Nah, there's not too much that the gold base can really give in the next few minutes. Obviously, the longer the game goes on, the more value he'll get from it. But it's not an emergency and something immediately. It's like, he's taking the gold base, go!
Yeah.
Like this kind of thing. It's not that drastic. So I wouldn't think PartinG is too super worried about it. He's got such an advantage, +2 attack. And from this position with the extra gateways he's added on, he can start to build an army to move out soon. And especially because the gold base, what it does say is that it has to be defended, which means he, as you said, has to come down to the low ground and he has to fight. If PartinG's better in a fight, which he is currently, then he can force a fight if he puts pressure on the gold base, which I think he'll end up doing soon.
Yep.
I mean, Warp Prism's being built. He could either put pressure on the gold base, drop in the main base. There's multiple different things he can do from this point.
So many options. Just like, you know, the majority of StarCraft, there are quite a lot of options to these things. And, well, Trust is going to fly on around with his Hallucinated Phoenix, have a look around. He blinks in with 4 Stalkers as well, using that Hallucinated Phoenix for the high ground vision. That was a nice double use of that hallucination there for a second, and even blinks straight on into the mineral line. So he's just looking for suicide worky kills, but he's already got 19 during this entire game. But PartinG's still ahead. Well, it's still pretty even, sorry.
Alright. I'd expect PartinG to go soon.
Yeah, like, there's not really a whole lot holding him back, to be honest with you.
Well, just in case of counterattacks or you know, blinks, warp prisms and stuff like that. But he's got a good enough army now. +2 attack about to finish, the main thing. And now this is a fight that's going to have to be taken here by Trust out in the open if he wants to keep his gold base alive. He will have time warp. He will have position, which means he can spread out easier.
He has advantage. PartinG has advantage of Zealot numbers with +2 weapons, which is, if he goes right now that it's done, this could be a big deal. But he sends a Hallucinated Phoenix in and sees a Colossus. If he is fooled by that, I don't think he is, though. I think he just goes.
It's only 1 Colossus. You don't care about 1.
Well, let's see if he's
go
gonna
Power
go.
Rangers.
Here we go, and he's going to drop some of these Zealots. Oh, wait, there he goes. Okay, so he's trying to draw some of the shots of that Colossus with those Zealots, but feedback on the Mothership core, but the time warps have already been laid down anyway. Those Immortals really wanting to get on top of those Stalkers at the back. There's just too many Zealots left over for PartinG, though, that we're tanking up quite a bit of that. As he will try and push on through. Those 5 Archons at the front here. PartinG's army is so perfectly positioned with the Archons at the front for the Immortals as well. That was a crushing victory.
To the semis!
GG!
To the semis! Against Soulkey.
Yeah.
Is our next game. PartinG moves on to the semis and faces up against Soulkey, who so far has gone through emotion, innovation, effort, beyond. Respectfully to PartinG so far, he's gone through Dream, Hydra, and TY, and now Trust.
Wow.
And now we're about to find out which one is going to make it to the grand finals of this qualifier for that best of 5 to make it to the $100,000 in Touchscreen Masters World Championship Finals.
All right, guys. So that means we're going to go to a short break, and then when we are back, semi-final, Soulkey versus PartinG.